we get to Good and Plentyville? 10 more minutes to Good and Plentyville.
I'm Rory Raccoon, toaster of toasty, tasty, post-toasties cornflakes. Rory Raccoon! Listen to this.
A big creamy bar of Bonomo's Turkish taffy. Wait till you taste it.
That's a fast partner. What are you up to?
Flipping through the channels, are we? Well, welcome to the inner sanctum of TVDays.com. Now, as one of this country's leading self-proclaimed baby boomer gurus of my TV generation, I've uncovered some of the rarest kinescopes, films, and especially television commercials that haven't been seen since they first aired over 50 years ago.
This is Fighter Jet. I'm making a left bank to join formation.
Flight leader to ideal fighter jet. Turn indicator on. Red warning light will tell you when you're off course. You're flying by radar. Hold her steady.
Then I'll pull back the bolt, and I'll blast my way out with Mattel's Dick Tracy Tommy Verse.
Well, one of the exciting things besides watching some great kids commercials from the 1950s and 60s is we're going to be exploring and introducing you to live kids television shows and my restored 16mm kinescopes of what was known as the Rudy Kazuti Show.
Hello there, Rudy Kazuti, and hello there, everybody. Boy, I'm glad everybody's here today.
We'll also meet up with the show's associate producer, Joseph Stahl.
Well, I got involved with Rudy Kazuti because Steve Collin, who had known me when I was an office boy, I guess. I just a jack of all trades, really. I helped put the puppets and put together the props, and then there were things that I felt we could do other than going into the Five and Dime and buying something that we needed. I started to make things that were, that were meant for the puppets.
To top all that off, we're going to see some classic cartoons that have been restored from Thunderbeam Animation. So sit back, relax, but first, these Earth-based messages.
Suddenly, a great black shadow blots out the sun. Run, run, run for your lives! It's Great Garloo! Garloo the mighty! Garloo the untamed! Garloo the terrible! Who can stop him? Who can control this monstrous creature? You can, kids, because Great Garloo by Marx is yours to command. Yes, a touch of your finger on his control panel will make Garloo go, stop, bend, pick up, turn. Yes, Great Garloo, almost 2 feet tall, will be your faithful servant. You name it, you're the boss. Bring out-of-this-world excitement into your house, kids. Own Great Garloo by Marx. He's just $17.98, complete with sound effects record.
M-A-R-X spells Marx, world's largest toy maker.
Hello, folks. This is a great night. Hello, everybody. Ay, 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 is this a business? vede qua, guagliò, della neve spungente mi ha fatto una fesseria, saluta, hai pagato per questa posta e nessuno va a andare di qui. Cosa fatta qua? Cosa fatta cosa da qua? There's you!
There's you! There's you!
Cosa fatta di qua? Gigolo, gigolo.
It's high noon on the town clock. A gold shipment has just been transferred from the Fort Knox depot to the new Lionel gold bullion car. Security guards are posted to protect the gold shipment. And there she goes, carrying her valuable cargo. But wait, what's this? Outlaws trying to take over the train. Not a chance. Every one of those outlaws is covered by a gun-toting sheriff in Lionel's new action-packed sheriff and outlaw car. One thing's sure, that gold shipment will arrive on time, and you control the action. Ask Dad for the newest action car of all, the Lionel Sheriff and Outlaw car. Remember, boy, you're the boss when you own Lionel trains.
We'll be right back to today's adventures. Don't go anywhere, we have a lot more exciting TV shows and commercials coming your way. But right now, I need some help from you guys. Because everything you're seeing on this program came off of original 16 and 35mm cellulite film prints.
Look, Mom, look, Daddy!
And with the help of Indiana University's Film Archives and historian Joe Laurel of Historic Films, my collection is now being restored and transferred to high-definition imagery for the first time.
That's amazing.
But when it comes to documenting the history of this material, I have very little information on it. That's why I need your help. I need some future TV Days reporters and historians to help me with that process. We know that a lot of pioneering animators from the film industry came to television and created a lot of these great spots that I'm showing you. Who are they? I want to know. For a baby boomer, these commercials are a flashback to our childhood past. We've seen these performers in so many different commercials. But who are they? That's what we want to start trying to piece together now with your help. Now, for helping me piece together the lost history of television, I have a lot of great prizes to give out to you guys, including Rudy Kazuti comics, golden books, coloring books, all in mint condition, autographed by the show's creator, Steve Carlin. Now, if you've been watching the programs of Rudy Kazuti, notice that all the kids on the program every once in a while are wearing polka dotty and Rudy Kazuti masks. I have a whole collection of them, and these were not premiums that you could send away for. You couldn't buy these at a store. They were strictly for the kids on the program. Help me document TV history. All these collectibles can be yours. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and let's watch a little Rudy Kazuti.
Gosh, Rudy, Silver Cup bread is good.
Silver Cup and Rich Bread, the bread that's made with whole milk, brings you the Rudy Kazuti Club.
I'm the leader of the Rudy Kazuti Club, and with me there is Galapucci, the pup. I call him a Rudy And here's my chief rooter, Big Todd Russell.
Hello, Root.
Hello, Big Todd.
How's everything with the boy genius and all-star athlete this fine day?
Swallow, Rudy, Big Todd, but today I have a surprise. I'll be back in a minute.
Really? Root, you got a surprise? I love a surprise. You mean you got like something new you're going to have?
No, Sir Rudy, Big Todd, something old. It's one of those old kind of pianos.
Oh, I know. You mean like a player piano? It has rolls on it and you pump away and you play.
Yes, Sir Rudy, Big Todd.
Oh.
And a young man would sing with a young lady, and the piano would play all by itself.
That's right. That's going away back to Granddaddy's day. Boy, old grandfather, you know, he'd put his straw hat on there, and he'd
Yes,
go
Sir Rudy, Big Todd. And don't forget the flowers, too.
he'd have to have flowers. That's right. See?
Yes,
So he'd go and he'd call on Grandma, you know, and they'd go in the parlor there, and they'd sit down, and oh, look at that. Boy, oh, boy. You see that? That's how it'd work, see? And then Granddad would sit down at the old piano, he'd start pumping away there, and the music would come out.
I want to hear it again. I want to hear it again.
The old piano roll blues.
We're sitting at an upright, the sweetie and me.
Ah, pushing on the pedals, making sweet harmony.
When we hear rinkety-tink and we hear plinkety-plink.
We sit much closer, it seems.
And while we sing, 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 away all our cares.
Fast player pianos playing the razzmatazz.
I want to hear it again. I want to hear it again.
The old piano roll blues.
Gosh, Rudy, Big Todd, those were the days.
Oh.
No piano lessons.
That's right. All you had to do was just pump your feet there, and boy, out came that sweet music.
Sure thing, Rudy. That player piano almost played itself.
Sure did.
Gosh, Rudy, Big Todd, it is playing by itself.
See?
When we hear rinkety-tink and we hear plinkety-plink.
We sit much closer, it seems.
And while we sing, 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 away all our cares.
Bad player pianos playing the razzmatazz.
I want to hear it again. I want to hear it again.
The old piano roll. The old piano roll blues.
Gosh, Rudy. That sure was fun.
Oh.
Say, do you have another piano roll we can play, Dottie?
Right, Rudy, it's starting now.
Silver Cup, try it, see.
How it gives you energy. Made with milk.
Eat it up.
Better bread by Silver Cup. Yum, 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 Silver Cup.
Oh, that was a special request number, Big Todd.
Well, sure, that's one of our favorite selections right there.
Silver Cup is a favorite
Oh, you mean selection, sweetheart?
Uh-huh. And everybody likes it, too.
Oh, sure. Well, you know, see, that's because Silver Cup has such a wonderful country fresh flavor.
It sure does. tastes just like homemade bread.
Right, Rudy. You know, Silver Cup is just as fresh and delicious as the bread Grandma used to bake way back in the good old days. You Ruders ought to try it, you know, see, because you'll find Silver Cup tastes mighty good.
And it's good for you, too, because it's made with rich whole milk.
That's a fact, Rudy Rooters. There's over half a pint of rich whole milk in every large Silver Cup loaf. That's what makes Silver Cup better tasting bread and better for you.
Better tell Mom to buy Silver Cup for you, Rooters. Tell her it's the bread that's made with whole milk.
And tell her it doesn't cost 1 penny more than regular bread.
That's right, Rudy.
I'll say. Boy, that's good bread.
Rudy, Big Todd, if you don't mind, I'd like your assist.
Oh, wait, assistant, you mean, sweetie?
Well, I could also use a little help, too.
Oh.
Gosh, Rudy, Big Todd, Polka Dotty has a lunchbox.
Oh, so you're making a lunch up for somebody, sweetheart.
Well, that's just what I am doing.
Good.
I'm packing a lunch for El Squeako Mouse, because today El Squeako's gonna be shot out of Poochie's cannon.
Gosh, Rudy, you know, that's right. Today's the day El Squeako gets shot out of Galapoochie Pup's cannon. Isn't that swell, Rudy, of Dottie to make a lunch for our famous mouse, Big Todd?
I'll say, that's a nice little girl to do that. Well, wait a minute, though, sweetie. What's the big problem with the lunch, though?
Well, Big Todd,
Yeah?
this happens to be the very first time I ever packed a lunch for a mouse who's being shot out of a cannon.
Oh.
So I don't know how many cheese sandwiches to pack.
Say, now, that is a problem. Well, how far do you figure old El Squeako would go, you know, when he gets shot out of that
Gosh,
cannon?
Rudy, you know, it's hard to say how far a mouse will travel when he's shot out of a cannon.
Yes.
But it's always better to have one extra, wouldn't you say, Big Todd?
I think so. I know what you ought to do, sweetie. Make him 3 sandwiches, see? Then he'll have one for going up there, you know, see? And then he'll have another one to eat when he's up there, and then he'll have one more to eat on his way back.
Oh, well, that sounds just right, Rudy.
Sure.
Well, thank you. And I'd better go now and make the sandwiches. Excuse me.
See you later, sweetie.
Bye.
Bye.
Gee, that's nice. Listen, top of Rudy's is Mr. Deedle-Doodle.
Yeah, look at him. He's got his net. Wait a minute. Hold it. Whoa, Mr. Deedle-Doodle.
Up for Rudy, Big Todd. You know, Mr. Deedle-Doodle is official mouse catcher.
Well, I know, but you're ahead of time. See, El Squeako didn't even get shot out of the cannon yet, Mr. Deedle-Doodle, you see.
No, Sir Rudy, Mr. Deedle-Doodle, you're too soon. You know, El Squeako Mouse isn't even a foot off the ground.
That's right, he is. You're right. He's exact. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, he got mixed up. See, when you said a foot off he lifted his own foot off the ground. No, he got mixed up.
Mr. Deedle-Doodle, you know what we mean is El Squeako isn't even up in the air.
That's right. He's not even. No, you can't catch any. You might, Mr. Deedle. You might just as well try to catch a fish.
Yeah, that's
with that
what you
net.
might just as well
right.
catch a fish.
What's that?
No, but Rudy, Mr. Deedle-Doodle did catch a fish in his net, Big Todd. You see that?
That's ridiculous. Root, what kind of a fish would be flying around in the air like
A
that?
flying fish, of course, Big Todd. You see, that fish has wings, and it brought us a message.
See, it did at that. Oh boy. Oh wait.
What does
hear
it
this.
say?
Listen to this.
Ooh.
Dear Rudy, don't worry if El Squeako flies out to sea. We'll look after him.
Oh.
And you know who it's signed by?
Who?
The fish in the ocean.
Gosh, Rudy, that's fine, Big Todd. All the fish will be ready to help if our mouse flies over the ocean when he shoots out of Poochie's cannon.
Isn't that nice? You better let that little old fish go back into the ocean, Mr. Deedle-Doodle. I think it's almost time for El Squeako to take off right now.
I think it is, too. And there goes our official mouse catcher, Big Todd.
Attaboy,
Yes,
Mr.
Sir Rudy. And here comes Poochie with his cannon.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and there's El Squeako Mouse with his crash helmet, all set to be shot out of the cannon.
Oh, and he even has that little old lunch that Polka Dotty made him. You see that? He's got his sandwiches
Oh.
right.
Oh, Poochie says we have to be quiet, Big Todd. You know, this is the first time a mouse has ever been shot out of a cannon.
Oh, boy, that's fun. Here's Mr. Deedle-Doodle with the net. He's the official mouse catcher. He's all set. Oh, boy, you all set?
Oh, boy,
to go
are we
here?
ready, Poochie? Oh, Poochie says get ready, Big Todd. When he says 3, away goes El Squeako.
All right, wait a minute now, Squeako. Let's get you right inside there, boy. There you go. Everything all right in there? He's fine. Oh. All right, Pooch. Let it go now, Pooch.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, boy.
Hey!
Oh, what a takeoff that was, Root. You see him go?
Yes, Sir Rudy, he looks like a flying mouse, Big Todd? Gosh, oh, Rudy, you know, he's flying so high, I'd better get the television camera and see where he is.
He's almost out of sight right now. Can't see a thing, Root. Oh, boy, when he gets it. There we go.
Now, let's see.
Let's
aim
put this
this
right up on the screen.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I see him. Now, you watch on the screen and you can see our flying mouse.
Keep watching that screen,
Yes,
Rooters.
Rudy, just
we
keep
may be able to see El Squeako up there. Oh, he really went out.
Big Todd?
See anything
Wait a minute.
yet, Root?
Oh, I see him. There he goes.
Look at that. Root, that's
Over
the Empire
State Building.
Empire State Building.
And look, Big Todd, look at the way he's going.
Whoa.
Oh, boy, El Squeako Mouse met Winkety Blink, the lucky star of all the rooters.
Oh, that's wonderful. Winkety Blink will take care of him, Root. That's
Yes,
wonderful.
Sir Rudy, and there they go, flying along together. Good luck, El Squeako. Good luck. Good for Rudy.
Still going up, Root. You see that?
Yes, Sir Rudy.
Oh,
What a
boy.
trip.
Oh, boy. Wasn't that wonderful?
Oh, that was so exciting, and he'll sure have a lot of exciting things to tell us, won't he, Big Todd?
Oh, when he comes back down.
Wait a minute. I just thought of something.
What's the matter? What's wrong, Root?
I wonder how El Squeako was going to get back from way up there.
That's right.
Oh, it's all okay, Big Todd. Poochie took care of it.
What'd he do? How's he going to get back?
Poochie says he gave El Squeako a parachute, Big Todd, so whenever he likes, he can just float down home again.
Well, what do you know? Isn't that he'll just be able to float down whenever he wants? Oh, the story he'll be able.
Whistling Copper Rudy's, here's Mr. Deedle Doodle. Say, he has a star in his net, Big Todd.
Wow.
See that?
Oh, boy. It's got a message on it. It's got a message.
Who's it from?
It's from Winkety Blink.
Oh, the lucky star of all rooters and puppy dogs. Oh,
Yeah.
what does he say,
He says,
Big Todd?
he says, don't worry about our little friend El Squeako Mouse. I'll see that he gets home without even ruffling his whiskers. Signed, Winkety Blink.
Oh, gosh, Rudy
Yeah,
Rooters,
wonderful.
isn't that swell, Rudy?
Oh.
Then we have nothing to worry about at all.
Not a thing. Think of all the stories that El Squeako will be able to tell us when he comes down from that flight away
Yes,
up there.
Sir Rudy. I wonder what El Squeako will say when he comes back down, Big Todd.
Well, I know one thing he'll tell us, Root.
What's that, Big Todd?
He'll just tell us how good those cheese sandwiches were, you know, that Polka Dotty made for him. Don't forget, those were Kazuti witches, you know.
Sure thing, Rudy. They're the only kind of sandwiches we have here at the clubhouse. You know, El Squeako wouldn't be happy with anything but a cheese Kazuti witch.
Right, Rudy. And you know, Rooters, you'll like Kazuti witches the very best, too, once you try them.
Absolutely, because Kazuti witches are made with silver cup bread. And boy, Silver Cup really does something for your favorite sandwich.
Oh, I'll say it does. And whether you have, you know, a cheese Kazuti witch like old El Squeako Mouse, he happens to be very fond of cheese, or a ham Kazuti witch, or
I like
even and a plain peanut butter and jelly Kazuti witch, Silver Cup bread will make it taste swell, Rudy.
Try one yourself and see. Ask Mom to make a Kazuti witch for you. Remember, a real Kazuti witch must be made with Silver Cup bread.
That's
I hope that's
exactly
right. I know, I
right.
like
Exactly
Hi.
right.
Hello, Rudy. Hello, Big Dog.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hi, what's the latest news from El Squeako Mouse?
Oh, the news is just plain wonderful, Sugar. You didn't hear this, I guess.
No, I didn't.
Well,
I'd like to hear all about it.
Oh, well, he had a wonderful takeoff. You know, he
Oh, it was
zoomed
just
away.
beautiful the way he
Oh, he
zipped
must
right
have
out.
been. He went 100 miles an hour, I bet you,
I'll
right
bet
up.
maybe even faster.
Yeah, and he you know what he did? He passed right over the top of the Empire State Building. And he kept right on moving up high, and he hit Winkety Blink, our old friend, Winkety Blink up there.
Oh, gee, that's just
Sure.
fine, Rudy, Big Todd. But have you heard if El Squeako took along the cheese Kazuti witches I made in?
Oh, I think he... Look out!
Let's give Rudy, Dottie. Oh, this looks like a message from El Squeako now.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I'm
Let's
so
see.
excited.
Oh, I wonder what he has to say
Oh, look at the
there.
polka dots. See that? Oh, boy. Now let me... Oh, you see that, sweetheart? That proves that he had your sandwiches because there's some of the wax paper that you wrapped them up in. See that?
Oh, I'm certainly glad he's eating his lunch. You know, I worked so hard on those Kazuti witches.
Sure. Oh, everybody loves Kazuti witches.
Oh,
Listen.
gosh,
listen.
Rudy, Big Todd, what does El Squeako say in his message from way up in the sky?
Oh, listen to this, Rudy. He says, having wonderful climb, wish you were here.
Wish you were here. What a trip
Isn't
that
that
must
great?
have been.
Oh, wait,
What a
there's more.
trip.
Yeah. He says, we'll be back down the next time Silver Cup Bread presents the Rudy Kazuti Club. And look at the way he signed it.
What?
He signed there, Cannonball El Squeako.
Cannonball El Squeako.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that name suits him after today.
Yeah, Cannonball,
Boy,
I'll say.
well, I guess we'll have to wait until the next time Silver Cup Bread is with us.
That's right. Well, now, don't forget to join us, Rudies, and find out what happens next. That'll be the very next time Silver Cup Bread says...
Who is the boy who is full of zip and joy? He's Rudy Kazuti. Who is the man who makes you feel so glad? He's Rudy Kazuti.
Meet me next time at the Rudy Kazuti Club. And with me will be Galapucci, the pup.
So let's all hear a root cheer for Rudy Kazuti. Bye-bye, everybody.
So how did you get involved with Rudy Kazuti?
Well, I got involved with Rudy Kazuti because Steve Collin, who had known me when I was an office boy, I guess, and then after I graduated high school, I'd lost my father at a young age, so I got a full-time job with Phillips Lord, and was going to school at night. Was going to NYU at night, and Steve, for a very short period of time in which I was in the office, in Lord's office, and he was there. Then he went off elsewhere, and I hadn't seen him other than maybe he'd drop up every once in a while to say hello to some of the people that he knew at Phillips Lord. And when Phillips Lord sold the business, and I had just had a little bit of television experience because Phillips Lord had developed a show called The Black Robe. And I had gone down to Night Court, which is what the show was about, gone down to Night Court to get some information, some ideas as how we could do the show. And so he knew that I had some kind of TV experience. And there was a woman who was the office manager at Phillips Lord, Dorothy Levy. And evidently he had mentioned something about, needing somebody to help him with this show, which is now going to go on the air. Because I was never involved when it was a promotion for RCA. And he came and we talked for 2 minutes, and he offered me the job. I'm just a jack of all trades, really. I helped put the puppets and put together the props, and there were things that I felt we could do other than going into the Five and Dime and buying something that we needed. I started to make things that were, that were meant for the puppets. Mostly I must admit, out of Scotch tape and what is the stuff they make file folders? They make file folders out of. It was like a cardboard, a light cardboard. You could bend it and mold it and tape it together. And from that, I started to, I would not meet with the writers, but they would come in to the office. I'd be there and hear what they were talking. And I said, well, I could do such and such, and if you added it to the show, I think it would be an improvement on what we're trying to do, other than just have a couple of puppets bouncing around on the stage. And so from that, it got to be the creative kind of thing of what we could do with the puppets to give them a little bit more life instead of just the stiff kind of thing that was there. Rudy and Galapucci were the key players.
Rudy. Rooters, these are stories I wrote myself, and they're called Tales of the Magic Kazuti.
Poison Sumac you needed a villain.
Oh, there goes my Magic Kazuti right now. Grab it.
Of all my generation, they always remember the Magic Kazuti and the fact that Poison Zumax was stealing polka dots.
Oh, sweetie, you don't mean to say that old Zumac stole all of those polka dots off your dress?
He aimed a very powerful magnet on my polka dots. That's what he did. And then he pulled the polka dots right off my dress.
Of course, these are hand puppets. I think Howdy Doody, is a marionette. Is a different kind of puppet. You've got all kinds of movement that you can control. But when you just have the hand, it gets to be a little bit different.
Frank Milano?
Frank Milano. Yeah, he was really the spirit behind it all. He just could get He could do things with that dog puppet and barking, which were just absolutely spectacular. He just maneuvered, just handling that envelope as an example. He just knew when the ears should be popping up, and he would know that motion that the dogs would do, but in an exaggerated form that even broke us up in the back. In the back of that black scrim. He would just break us all up.
What was that noise again?
Honk, honk.
What do you say to that, Pooch? Yes, a goose.
The kids that came in
eggs,
were,
that's right.
these are the kids that are going to be on. I don't know whether these were all friends of Steve's or the producer or the agency or what have you, but they were there and that was it. They would sit. We only had a very small grandstands for them, so to speak, so the bleachers. Maybe we accommodated 10 or 15, I don't recall. So it was a limited number of kids, and they came in, and Todd had the names, and he would call them, and that would be it.
The show starts off with Rudy jumping
punching through the paper. Yeah, we had silk screened on the tissue paper, the Rudy Kazuti, and we put it into a frame, an artist frame, a wooden frame. We tape it on, and then we take a pin and we'd make all the holes so when he punched through, we would try and get and I tried for the longest time to say, can't we just put that on film someplace and run it every night instead of having to make this piece of paper on the frame? But the answer was no, so we did it. It was no big deal.
You went through a lot of paper.
Oh, we sure did. We sure did.
This is America's exciting new sport. It's ITC's Electric Roadways. There's never been anything like it for sheer excitement. Each driver is racing his own king-size Mercedes-Benz sports car over ITC's thrilling twin-tunnel course. And here's the finish. But watch that curve. Wow! Now they're on the collision course. It's dangerous. Uh-oh, a collision. But there's never any damage. These cars have steel chassis. Only Electric Roadways let you build 8 courses, including the difficult Le Mans course, the world-famous Sebring course, plus many of your own design. ITC's Power Guide steel tracks let you switch layouts quickly. Only ITC comes with 50 feet of track, 2 1/25th scale Mercedes sports cars, twin tunnels, plus individual speed controls. Everything you need. Nothing extra to buy. Get your exciting Electric Roadways today. It's a wonderful hobby. It's ITC.
In our continuing odyssey through Boomer TV, in the 1950s and early 60s, there were over 32 westerns on TV and just as many detective and cop shows filling the airwaves of our 3 networks. And the toy companies knew how to come out with the most realistic guns so we could role play with while we're watching our favorite television shows. I'm also working on a documentary on Boomer Toys. If you have an incredible collection of toy guns and they match the commercials I have, I'll come down, film your collection, and you'll be part of this program. Anyway, check these spots out, see what you think.
Snubby Gun, Private Eye, takes a call from his secretary. A holdup at the downtown jewelry store. Snubby checks his shooting shell snub-nose 38, the Mattel official detective pistol. He loads up with Mattel shooting shells, and he's off to the scene of the crime. Uh-oh, there he is. And another case solved by Snubby Gun. Snubby can count on his Mattel Snub-Nose 38 and snap-draw shoulder holster. Just put greeny stick-em caps on Mattel shooting shells, load up, and you're ready for action. Practice sharpshooting anywhere with this pistol-range target. You get a snap-draw shoulder holster, wallet, badge, and identification card, too. Get the Mattel Shooting Shell Snub-Nose 38 and shoulder holster set for only $4. Get extra greeny stick-em caps, too. And remember, you can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
Wait a minute, Dad. I haven't finished Dick Tracy.
You can't read.
Okay, read to me.
Oh, okay. Now, let's see. Tracy's trapped by the crooks. Gee, he's in a real tough spot.
Boy, I'll draw my Dick Tracy Snub-Nose 38 and I'll... See that shooting shell, Dad? Fires greeny stick-em caps, too.
Well, let's get back.
Then I'll pull back the bolt and I'll blast my way out with Mattel's Dick Tracy Tommy Burst. You can fire a whole burst of caps or shoot one at a time.
I thought you wanted to read Dick Tracy.
Not now. I think he's on television.
you can get Mattel's fabulous new Dick Tracy Snub-Nose 38 pistol and special belt holster, or the exciting Tommy Burst machine gun for $3 each. They're the only official Dick Tracy guns. And remember, you can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
You are watching a demonstration of the most authentic cap pistol in the world. It has exclusive fanning action and shoots safe shooting shells with greeny stickum caps. The gun and hip-slung Mattel holster are specially made for a fast draw. All of Mattel's shooting shell fanners and holsters carry the true stamp of the Old West. And every boy will walk tall when he wears a holster and pistol with a Mattel brand. You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
Is the panther, a small, silent stalker who lies in wait for his enemies and springs out upon them with the speed of light. This is the panther, the fastest cat in the West. And this is the Panther pistol, a small, silent protector that lies in wait for your enemies and springs out upon them with the speed of light. This is the Panther pistol, the fastest gun in the West. When danger strikes, powerful springs send it hurtling into your hand, ready for firing. A slight pull removes the Panther pistol for left-hand firing or reloading. Then the Panther pistol roars again. To test fire the Panther pistol, see your nearest toy store before sundown tomorrow. The Panther pistol by Hubley, another gun from the Hubley toy arsenal.
Say, mighty nice looking horse.
Yep.
Yours?
Yep.
Hey, mind if I look him over?
Nope.
Yeah, I bet he's real fast.
Yep.
Look at his legs gallop. Say, can you rear him up, too?
Yep.
Mighty sturdy stand here. Must be easy to assemble.
Yep.
Was that him?
Yep.
He does everything but talk.
How about some hay?
By Ginnies, he does talk. Now, look, son, I just gotta have this horse. Is he for sale?
You can get Mattel's place wherever toys are sold.
Well, I should have known. Sure. It's Blaze, the fabulous, galloping, talking horse made only by Mattel. You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
Yep. And there's a high price to the job. And Blue Farmer's block is knocked off.
The one reason I started TVDays.com was to have a place to post my videos and the films that I've been restoring.
Stomach's jumping, and I'll feel worse tomorrow.
Ideals Robot Commando.
I'm a very lucky girl. I've got a Tootsie Roll Pop.
This is some of the rarest one-of-a-kind material in the country. Unless my collection is saved, preserved, and put somewhere else, no one is going to see this again.
You love Tootsie Roll Pops.
Real one? No, I don't. This is terrible. The one we want is Caught in the Middle.
Hey, cuz, you all rat tail sharp. How about giving us a few of them pennies?
One amazing find was Caught in the Middle, a color kinescope that was made by CBS in 1970. And as I'm watching it, there's Morgan Freeman.
I got things breaking for me. Pretty soon I'll be able to throw some pennies your way. Nice pennies.
Once it aired, it was never seen again, and nobody has a copy anymore. And I was able, somehow to get one, but just transferring it and fixing the audio is one thing. I have to put touches up to a lot of the video, so when I'm playing it here, you can see how dark it is in spots. I have to then lighten it up, and now it's starting to look like something.
And the man's just waiting to blow you away. And if he ever gets the chance, bye-bye, black boy.
There's so much history there that needs to be documented correctly. And hopefully, if I can bring it to the public, that will happen.
Is this box number 20 or number 20?
This is ridiculous.
I see a number.
This all has to be taken out. More 16 millimeter. This is 45 years of collecting. And now I have to figure out how to finance saving it all. That's the big question. Because there's a lot of rare, one-of-a-kind items that need to be saved. Musty smell. So the key is to transfer it all now digitally, then store it all away. And my goal one day is to walk into a building and there is everything I have in little plastic containers on a wall. Organized.
George, stop the machine. Stop the machine.
This film's so old it just breaks up in your fingers.
Can't you patch it together again?
Not a chance. Celluloid's only good for 20 years or so, and then it gets so brittle you can't hardly touch it.
You mean that we can't even see it? Now that we have it?
There's just nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it. Never had the world known a more wonderful way of recording knowledge. But now it was realized that it wasn't permanent, that half a century of history was about to decay out of existence.
He was late today.